Hi, I'm Adam Brooks Weber. This is The Merry Mystic, and I'm glad you're here. This is a kata called Chin-te. Chin-te. There's a story in the Talmud about Rabbi Shammai and Rabbi Hillel. The story is that a Gentile went to Rabbi Shammai and challenged him, saying that he would convert to Judaism if the rabbi would teach him the entire Torah, the written law, while he was standing on one foot. Rabbi Shammai pushed him away. So then the same Gentile went to Rabbi Hillel with the same challenge. Rabbi Hillel accepted the challenge, converted the man, and said, "Whatever is hateful to you, do not do to another." This is the entire Torah. The rest is commentary. Go study. Rabbi Hillel lived just before the time of Jesus. Possibly he died while Jesus was still a child. But it's likely that Jesus, being raised in an observant Jewish family, would have been influenced by the teachings of Rabbi Hillel. Jesus also sometimes gave pithy summaries, like the time when someone asked him, which is the most important commandment? And Jesus said, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets." Well, today, in honor of Easter, I'd like to give you my own pithy summary. This is my standing on one foot summary of what the meaning of Easter is. The meaning of Easter is hope. Hope is a radical openness to God, to the great Spirit of the universe, who A, loves us, and B, wants us to be happy, and C, has a much more powerful imagination than we do. God's imagination is much more powerful than yours. No reasonable person looking at what happened to Jesus, his torture and his crucifixion and his burial, no reasonable person would think that we would ever hear anything else about Jesus. He appeared to have been erased from history, but God had a different plan. God imagined something else. And still today, God's imagination is much more powerful than yours. We have trouble imagining life coming back to the world in the middle of winter, but God can. You may have trouble imagining ever being happy again, but God can. Maybe you're having trouble imagining where you will find the strength to bear the burdens that you have to bear, but God can. Maybe you can't imagine a brighter future, but God can. Maybe you can't imagine anything good happening to you after death, but God can. God's imagination is stronger than ours. That's really the whole thing. That's, for me, the meaning of Easter. The meaning of Easter is hope. Hope is a radical openness to God, to the great Spirit of the universe, who A, loves you, and B wants you to be happy, and C has a much more powerful imagination than you do. Thanks be to God. Happy Easter. Bye now.